Hello everybody, how are you doing? Yeah, I'm back with my I don't know which number, but anyway, another edition of Boss Boxing Predictions. So, on next Saturday, this Saturday, the 20th, we have first Fedor Trudeau versus Isaac Chilemba. So this is kind of a fight between two guys that are not so relevant anymore, but they were like 5 years ago, or still, or six, something like that. So, these guys, it's a super middleweight fight. They were both have their share of defeats, but alright, Trudeau has only two. But he was stopped by George Groves in 6 rounds. And before that, his only loss was a controversial majority decision to Felix Sturm. And Chilemba, sorry, he's got 23 wins with 16 knockouts. Chilemba, he's got 26 wins and 7 losses, but he was only stopped once. And that was by corner retirement after he broke his hand against Alexander Gvozdyk 2016. But, he has, you might say he's only lost to the best, yeah. I think that's a correct assessment because, even his first loss, which was against a guy that is not completely irrelevant, but he's lost to Tony Bellew and Eleider Alvarez, Sergey Kovalev, Dmitry Bivol, Maxim Vlasov. So I take it that this fight will also be in Russia, that's right. So Chilemba is actually still only 32, so actually Trudeau is a year older. And Chilemba is significantly taller by 4.5 inches. So, and he's got 1 inch reach advantage. So I don't know, but I still think it's more likely that Trudeau wins because this is in Russia, Even if the fight is very close, and even if Chilemba should be perhaps even if he wins more rounds, and it's not certain he will get the decision. It's preferential judging. It's a problem now everywhere almost. So, but I of course can see. I would be surprised if Trudeau managed to stop Chilemba, because he simply is a guy who is hard to stop. Yeah, alright. So, I would say that Trudeau, he can hit, of course, but I won't really call him an exceptionally hard hitter either. So my prediction is that Trudeau wins on points, or maybe even a draw. Maybe we will see a draw. Who knows? Alright, the next fight is super featherweight. Yeah, Gabriel Flores Jr., who is undefeated, is facing Jason Wallace, who is not far from that. So Flores is a technical boxer, judging by his record, 19-0 with 6 knockouts only. And Jason Wallace now has 29 wins and 7 losses, and he experienced his first stoppage loss in his last fight against Oscar Valdez in 10th round. So yeah, he's been on the receiving end of some very close and controversial decisions too. This guy Wallace, but he's now 32. I guess he is no longer, maybe not at his very best anyway. And Flores Jr. is only 20. So maybe of course the experience advantage goes to Wallace, but Flores is the younger, fresher guy who seems to be more perhaps hungry also to win. Yeah, and to get a world title shot. So he appears to be rather close to a world title shot because he has got 19 wins already. So this fight, I would say Flores Jr. is the favorite to win. Of course, anything can happen as always in boxing. Wallace can pull off an upset, but I think the most likely outcome would be a point, another close decision victory for Flores Jr. Yeah. So that's the second fight, and yeah. Before we go to the really big fight, we have one more. David Avanesian is fighting against Josh Kelly. So Kelly, Avanesian has really looked good in his last 3 fights. He stopped Kerman Learaga twice. Yeah, he won by a knockout in the first round in his last fight, but he hasn't had a fight last year. And Josh Kelly is 10-0-1. And yeah, he hadn't had a fight either last year, hasn't had it. And Kelly is kind of yeah, simply a rather inexperienced guy, young, 26, and Avanesian is 32. So both guys. Also, Avanesian is based in England, so this is an English fight. Yeah, the problem is that I haven't seen that much of this guy, Josh Kelly, but he seems quite solid, but I would still lean towards Avanesian because he's more proven, of the two guys, even though he has some losses, of course. But he's definitely looks to be the more dangerous fighter of the two. Yeah. So this is a 12-round fight for the European welterweight title, actually. I don't know, I think maybe Avanesian can even win by a stoppage or something, or perhaps he will have to, I don't know. You saw the last weekend's fight in England, and that judging was not so correct, of course. It was that fight between who was it again? I can't recall. The one before the the Warrington fight. Anyway, I think maybe Avanesian will win most. Maybe either by stoppage or maybe on points. I don't know. Alright, so finally the big one. It's really huge fight at super featherweight. Miguel Berchelt El Alacran is fighting Oscar Wallace. So yeah, Wallace is undefeated, and this is his third fight at 130 pounds, and Berchelt he's got 2 inch height advantage, and 3.5 inch reach advantage. So that might be a factor. So Berchelt has been at this weight much longer, and actually it seems he's been a super featherweight from the start of his pro career. He's just an amazing offensive fighter, without a doubt. Really, one of my favorites, Berchelt, and I think Valdez will have a really hard time beating him. That's for sure. I don't really favor Valdez that much. I know most people are, but if you have seen Berchelt fight, you know that he is such an amazing whirlwind of a fighter. Just keeps throwing. He's got enormous stamina, and really good power, really good everything. I mean, punch output, accuracy, everything is really, really top notch. He's been stopped once. That was some time ago. It's just one of those things that happen, sometimes. But he's really been, aside from, I think he is the strongest fighter at 130, definitely. So it will not be, so easy for Valdez to upset me. Yeah, Valdez is, I guess, a superior, maybe technically, superior fighter, but definitely not when it comes to this stuff like punching and infighting and just simply brawling. That's more like Berchelt's game. So if this comes, if it comes to that, if the fight turns into a slugfest, then Berchelt will come out winning, I think, definitely. But if Valdez, manages to keep him away and just establishes his own rhythm, and of course, then he will win, no doubt. But I don't think he will stop Berchelt. I don't think so. I hope not. But anyway, I'm really torn, here, because I really wanna go for Berchelt victory, but it will not be easy for him either, because Valdez is so good technically, and just one of the best right now in the featherweight divisions. Yeah, but still, I think Valdez hasn't really fought as many top guys as Berchelt has, so that's why on second thought I think Berchelt should be able to to get him out of there, even. So Berchelt has now won his last, how many? 1, 2, 3, 6 fights by knockout, but he's won most of them by knockout. He's 33 out of 37, so it's just enough, to see. Well, yeah, Berchelt, the Scorpion. If he loses here, especially if he should get stopped, it's just a sign that he, you know, is, was not having his best night or whatever, or was not fighting enough, because he's only had one fight last year. But I don't think that will happen. If he should lose, then it will be, simply a matter of him getting outboxed, and it will be a close fight, I reckon, either way. So my prediction is that Berchelt will stop Oscar Valdez. Actually, that's my prediction. Somewhere between the 9th and the 12th round. Yes, so that was everything for this time. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.